It's Mike. He's closing the door. He's opening the door. He closed the door. Whoa.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Davey Squires.
Hello and welcome to the Squires Station. This episode is presented by Area 67 Studios in rather drizzly Cuyahoga Falls. It is so gray out today, but Shelby Olive is here.
Hello. It's so good to be here.
Dude, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. It's a blast.
What do you think about this weather?
It's the worst. I slept for like 3 hours after the Browns game. During the Browns game. And then I came here. It just makes me like groggy and sleepy, and like I was going to go for a hike today.
Yeah.
And then, I didn't check the weather, and so it's just disappointing.
It's good sleeping weather though.
True. Like afternoon Browns nap is the best.
Yeah.
Every Sunday.
So Shelby Olive, I had you on my last show.
Black Squirrel Radio.
Yeah.
Once upon a time.
One time. So how I might have asked you this then, but Shelby Olive, how did the name come about?
So it's actually my name. It's not an artist name. It is Olive is my middle name. Shelby's my first name. My great grandma's name was Olive. So my mom wanted to name me Olive, like that was going to be my first name. But the 90s, that wasn't like trendy yet to do those weird kind of names. So she was worried I would get made fun of. So they compromised and I became Shelby Olive. So I just stuck with that. I mean, right when I started doing artist stuff, I was about to get married. So my last name was going to change anyway. And I thought it's just easier and it sounds cooler than Denton, which was my last name at the time.
Yeah.
So Shelby Olive.
Yeah, you either have told me that before or I forgot.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
I totally forgot.
Most people think it's my last name. I get called Miss Olive all the time. And it feels so strange every time. I'm like, that is not right.
Miss Olive.
Yeah. I'm mostly from like venues and like music people who just find me online. It's like, Miss Olive, hello.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's goofy.
Well, yeah, so that's your middle name.
Yes.
So how'd you get into songwriting?
My dad was a songwriter. Growing up, he was in a band with a friend from college. And so it was always like just in our family. I would watch him do it. And my brother's very musical. But it really became, I got a ukulele and I wanted to be able to perform at like coffee shops and open mics. And a lot of my favorite artists were writing. So it just was like, felt like a natural next step. I grew up in like musical theater and doing Broadway and all that kind of stuff, that kind of music. So when I ventured into songwriting, it was much more like pop, folk, Jason Mraz, Sarah Bareilles, like that kind of stuff. But yeah, it just felt like a natural progression.
Yeah, you can kind of hear that in your songwriting. It's kind of
the
like
musical theater influence.
Yeah.
Yes, I get it all the time. I love that. I love that. That it kind of filtered into the songs.
Yeah, it's like pop musical kind of a mix between. Because I know a lot of like newer shows on Broadway are kind of more pop centric.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I love it. I'm like, I can fit in now. I can write stuff for Broadway and be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could probably do a whole musical around your songs.
Yes. Actually, my husband and I, he's a creative writer, and we are in the works of writing a musical. It's taken a long time. COVID kind of put a damper in some of the plans. But,
Yeah.
We are. Yeah. I mean, I love writing, and I do a lot with musical theater in general. So it just feels kind of natural for me to do both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's COVID? How's this year been?
It's been a really interesting year. So it was supposed to be my biggest year for music, like in terms of me personally as an artist. I had a lot of huge gigs lined up. I was supposed to open for T-Pain. I was supposed to play with like the Canton Symphony Orchestra. They were going to play my songs. It was like just going to be a crazy spring, and then everything got canceled, which is okay. I've recorded and written a lot since then. And also, admittedly, I am also a teacher, a public school teacher. And because of COVID, it's thrown a lot of like ups and downs in the teaching world. So it's kind of nice not having to focus on like, I was playing like almost every single weekend gigs. And so it's nice now I have about one a month. And that's like, enough that I can handle right now with like the teaching changes and the things that happen with
Yeah.
that. So it's good. I mean, obviously disappointing, but I'm really excited about my new stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess it gives you more time to record and stuff.
Yeah. I was kind of feeling just overworked. Like I was doing a lot of full band stuff, and like I said, like almost every weekend. Well, there was one weekend I had like 6 shows, like 2 one day and like 2 on the next Saturday. It was just like so much with teaching, and so it was a blessing in disguise, I think.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you came and you're like, well, whatever.
Yeah, it was like way too many and then not enough, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll get back.
So how's teaching during all of this?
It's obviously just comes with its challenges of constant changes. I think is a lot of it. Like I teach music, so we can't sing. We can't really play instruments unless I can sanitize them. So we can do like maracas, like shakers and boom whackers and anything that's plastic.
Boom whackers are like
they're the best. I love them.
Oh my god. Dude, like one of my childhood friends, he had this whole like set of them, and it was like a full octave of boom whackers.
They're so fun.
Those were my favorite.
My students love
instruments.
them. Yeah, so we can do those, which is really great. Obviously, especially since we can't sing. Like I can't do a lot of the stuff I normally do with preparations for concerts, but the kids are really good. Like the kids are resilient. They've gone from virtual to hybrid to now we're 100% in person right now, 5 days a week. And so they, I thought they would have trouble wearing a mask all day. I thought they would have trouble with just like the changes. And kids just want to be together and they want to like see their friends. And so it's just, they comply to everything. And we've had so much less behavior issues this year because of it. Like kids just are so excited to be at school. Which is really great. That makes my job more fun, like just being with them.
Yeah.
So it's just challenging because a lot of, the curriculum that I'm used to teaching, I can't. So it's taken a lot of creativity and patience. And like normally I plan like months ahead. Now I'm planning like every week or two. Like, and so that's harder, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of professors like do lesson plans like so far ahead. And
you can't this year because, we were virtual for the first month and hybrid and then now in person and it might change again. I don't know, so it's like so hard to plan ahead.
Yeah. So how long have you been teaching for?
I got the job that I have now April of 2017. So this is my 3rd full year of teaching, but I had like 2 months additionally as like a long-term sub before I got this full-time job. So yeah, not that long.
Yeah.
Still a newbie. Water break.
Just taking my water break.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of water.
Okay.
This water is provided by Mike. Hey,
woo!
Hats off to Mike. Hey, he thought he took his head off.
Hats off. I'll take my imaginary off.
Next week I'm gonna wear a top hat.
You have to now.
I got
so
it.
You can do hats off to Mike. It's part of the costume.
We were 9 minutes into the episode, and he thought I forgot, but I didn't. I did not forget the water. Every single episode, I gotta do it. It's under my contract.
Perfect.
He'll sue me if I don't.
You don't want that.
Also, a couple weeks ago, we had Nestle water on the show.
Yes.
And apparently, the Nestle company has done some shady things.
I didn't know this.
Yeah,
we had to look it up.
Yeah.
I just found out. I had no idea. I'm gonna stop drinking Nestle now.
Yeah, like I got some comments after that episode.
Their cookies aren't even the best out of all the cookie brands.
Yeah,
so I don't need Nestle.
Is that Toll House?
Toll House is better.
Toll House
than Nestle.
Yeah, yeah. Nestle's like.
It's just okay.
Yeah.
Their chocolate's too sweet.
Yeah, like. It's too,
I don't need them.
It's too much. Like Toll House is just like the right taste.
Yeah. I make my cookies from scratch most of the time, but when I don't, it's Toll House.
What's your favorite type of cookie?
Chocolate chip. Can't deny it. I know it's like so ordinary, but a good like chocolate chip, chocolate chunk cookie. I like. Oh, it's the best. Dunked in milk. can't go wrong.
Are you getting emotional over there?
I love baking. If I was not a music teacher, actually one of my students just asked me, he said, if you could do one thing that had nothing to do with music, nothing to do with teaching, what would your career be? And I said, I would open a bakery. I would bake bread, bake cookies. I would be like a baker. I love it.
That's like,
love it.
That's like your own, like you can do your own thing with it too.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could bake whatever you want.
Someday when I'm retired and have no kids anymore and just like am totally free, I'm going to open up like a bakery / like venue, like where they have gigs, like a music venue, like
bakery venue.
Yeah, it's going to happen. I don't know how. I don't know when.
Bakery.
It's in the plans though.
I'm just imagining like a grandma like opening up like this like bakery bar.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what it would be though. Like get your cookies, but it's not your ordinary coffee shop. It's like a fun little like gig spot.
See, I thought you were gonna retire and go into like olive, what do you call it? Olive farming. How do olives get farmed?
How are olives grown?
Yeah. Do you know?
olive branch. So like that's a thing, olive branch.
So an orchard.
So you thought that I would work at an olive orchard?
Yes. That's exactly.
In my retirement?
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's not in the cards for me. I don't even like olives. I don't. Unless it's on pizza.
That's like, wait. So you're Shelby Olive, but you don't like olives?
I know.
What?
I've always wanted to. I hate green olives. I can tolerate black olives.
There we go.
Again, if they're on pizzas or if they are... Oh, perfect. Yeah. If they're on pizza or if they're in a salad, I can eat black olives. But they're such a strong flavor. I think that's why, like, just a couple. It's enough.
Just a couple.
Yeah. I can't do, like, a lot of olives.
What about pineapple?
Love it.
On pizza?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. I love pineapple on anything. On a burger? Good.
On a burger?
You ever do, like, grilled pineapple?
Oh, yeah.
Put it on a burger?
Yeah.
So good. Barbecue.
Good to know.
I like cooking. I do.
Grilling your pineapples.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to your music.
Yeah.
Did you learn ukulele first or did you learn guitar first?
I learned ukulele first. I actually don't know how to play guitar.
Really?
Yeah. That's a baritone uke that I brought. So I'm left-handed. And when I got a ukulele 8th grade, I didn't like take lessons. I just decided to start watching YouTube and figuring it out and like teaching myself chords. So I didn't know that I was playing it upside down. I had no idea. It just felt right. Mm-hmm. And so I was reading the like tabs, but I didn't know that I was reading them incorrectly because like to me I was just like, oh, this sounds like a C.
It sound good?
Here's a C. Yeah. And then I realized much later, oh, I just like screwed myself over because now if I want to learn any other instrument with more than 4 strings, like it's going to be way harder because it's upside down, whereas like 4 is manageable. So I've tried learning guitar, no luck. That's why I like my baritone uke because it's tuned like a guitar.
See, okay, that's why. Okay,
it sounds like it's in the same key as a guitar, like so the like a G on the baritone is the same as a G on the guitar, just without the 2 bottom strings in. I like it. I can play guitar really well in open D tuning.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so I do a couple things on guitar, but mostly piano and uke.
Yeah.
It's like my go-to.
Did you learn piano after?
Yes. So I regret it every day. I didn't take piano lessons until I decided to be a music teacher. So it was like my junior year of high school where I finally started lessons. And I was a self-taught pianist prior, so I have a lot of bad habits. And just like, I'm really, really good with chords. Couldn't sight read at all. Like,
yeah.
I mean, like I could finger pick, like pluck, sight read, but I couldn't do like a lot. So I get by. I mean, chords is all I need. So
yeah, like that's
for what I do, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I hate when people like call me a pianist because I'm like, unless it's just chords, you don't ask me to play like a thing.
Are you writing your concerto, Shelby?
Yeah, I'm like, I am not a piano player.
I hate when I have to sight read something after like I haven't read music in so long. I'm just staring at the page like, what is this?
Yeah.
What are these notes? Like,
it's crazy. I have a friend who he plays piano, but he played in the Marine band for a while, and they do a lot of just improv, which he was never strong at. He was really, really good at just like sight reading.
Yeah.
And he was a classically trained pianist in high school, but then he had to like use his ear and just do a ton of improv for 5 years. And then he came back and had to do some more sight reading and classical stuff again. And he was like, I lost it. Like I was so good at it. And now I'm just good at like with my ear and can't like just sight read something.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like a muscle.
It's really weird. The Marines are weird because it's like, I tried out for the Marine percussion ensemble.
Yeah.
And they have you sight read like 20 things. And then, like, once you join, it's like...
Yeah, he was in the jazz ensemble, so I'm sure that had something to do with it.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't in, like, the like, formal ensemble. He did the jazz.
Yeah. You like jazz?
I love jazz. I'm not kidding.
What's your favorite chord to play?
On the ukulele?
Yeah.
Okay, on the ukulele, an A.
What about the piano?
I don't know what these are called. I don't like it sounds good. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through and just tell you what notes I play.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's in C. Very difficult. I know.
C major.
C major. We've got C, E, G, and then another over here. Hang on. Da 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 da. I just play like the thirds, so it's just like stacked on top. So like da 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 da, and there's 6 notes that I play.
That's a C major 13.
Okay. Love it. Now I know.
There we go. There we go.
I like that chord. It's very pretty. And it's a little bit dissonant. It's good. Yeah.
I love 13s.
I write piano mostly in A minor, D. No. Yeah, I do a lot of like A minor, G, F. A lot of those chords.
Yeah. Well, I mean, A minor is C major.
The, relative minor.
Yes.
Yes. Music theory.
Yes.
I took it once upon a time.
Music theory.
You went to college for music also, right? You did Kent State Stark.
Yes. This coming semester is going to be my last.
You're still there? Oh,
so
cool.
I will be graduating in the spring.
What is your official degree?
It's a Bachelor's of Science in Music Technology.
Love it.
So
love it.
I've had to take so many theory classes.
Are you still at Stark?
Yes.
Okay, because I know there are certain majors there that you can only do like 2 years at Stark, and then you have to transfer to main campus.
Oh, you can do the whole
now you can?
Technology
I mean,
program.
Tech. Okay,
yeah.
That's cool. My friend, do you know Ross Downing?
That sounds familiar.
He did Kent Stark Music Tech for a long time, and then he switched to music education and switched to main campus in like 2016. I want to say.
That was like right when I came in.
Okay, so you might be just right in passing.
Yeah.
He did music tech there. Yeah.
I feel like I've been there forever. Like.
Yeah.
It's like been.
I recorded
years.
A jazz record at Kent State Stark with my jazz choir once upon a time, like 2015. So you weren't there.
That's like when I was in high school.
Yeah. I'm not that much older than you. It cannot be. What year did you graduate?
15.
Okay, I was 13.
Okay, so yeah.
So you were like end of high school. I was like sophomore in college. It's not that crazy. I'm 25. Goodness.
So what artists are you listening to right now?
Ooh. So I would say like my main go-to currently is a lot of JP Sachs, Julia Michaels, that Lauv, that kind of vibe, indie pop stuff. I also am into a lot of musical theater stuff right now, to be honest, also. My husband and I, we were actually just talking about this today. We really are into like Phineas currently, Billie Eilish's older brother. We've been listening to a lot of his stuff, but I kind of go back to like my standard, like same peeps too, like Sarah Bareilles.
He's a great producer.
Phineas?
Yeah.
I mean, I got to meet him in LA. Ooh. A total fangirl moment. Yeah, no, he's so talented. Have you watched that YouTube video where he shows like producing Bad Guy? It blows my mind when I'm like, was it Bad Guy? Maybe it was Ocean Eyes.
It was.
It was one of those.
Yeah,
Ocean
it was
Eyes?
Ocean. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I can get by in Logic to do like a demo. That's all I can do. And so like when I watch people work, I'm like, oh goodness.
Yeah, there's so many shortcuts, and it's basically like learning how to do things in the most productive time.
Yeah. And it just takes me forever when I do like just like 2 tracks, like you can voice.
Hey, I mean,
you know, it's a learning curve.
Well, I mean, you give Mike a job.
I do. That's the thing. I don't.
He's clapping over there.
I couldn't do it without people like Mike.
He brought the water. Come on. I was gonna ask, what are some of your favorite theater shows?
My number one all-time fave is Wicked, just because it was like my gateway drug into musical theater. I've seen that show like 7 times, 6 times, 7 times. Love it. Also, Little Shop of Horrors is my one true love. I have a tattoo of Audrey 2 on my ankle. I love Little Shop. Currently, I really do like Waitress. The music from Waitress is really great. There's Bonnie and Clyde. Love it.
Yeah.
So underrated. Didn't do well, and it should have. What else? I'm sure I'm missing something in my brain. I don't know. There's a podcast musical I really love. With goodness, who's the guy? Not Jeremy Jordan. No. He's in Frozen.
Oh.
Jonathan Groff.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the he was in Glee, right? Not Josh Gad, Jonathan Groff. Yes. Okay, he's in it, and it's called The 36 Questions podcast musical. Highly recommend. It's on Spotify. It's in episodes. So good. Those are my top ones.
That's interesting. A musical podcast.
Mm-hmm. It was really well done.
I love Jonathan Groff, so
yeah, you'd like it. It's just 2 characters, and it's like a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife storyline, and it's really juicy. They did a nice job with it. There's a lot of it's almost like a sound story. They have sound effects, and it feels like you're in their house, even though it's just podcast, and it's done really well.
Dang. So if you listen to that surround sound,
I've never done it, but I'm sure it's
it
cool.
would be like you're there.
Yeah, it's really fun. That's my first podcast musical experience. There's only been a couple that are mainstream or popular, but yeah, it's cool.
So I know you haven't played that many shows because of COVID.
Yeah.
But what are some of your favorite local venues?
My number one is Musica. I love Jen over at Musica, and it breaks my heart that they're still not open, and I know that they're doing the best they can, and I think it's smart that they've stayed closed through all this, but I love them. I think it's just a really I've seen I'm very nostalgic to Musica because I've seen so many of my favorite artists there.
Yeah.
But I just think they've been so supportive of local artists, and that does it for me. Musica's number one. What other favorite venues in my brain? Love Jilly's. Jilly's Music Room is a nice little venue. I did a lot of coffee shop stuff early on. So I do have a soft spot for a Corner Cup Coffee House in Stowe. I'm really good friends with Heather, and she's just been very supportive. They sell my records there, and so that's cool. That's the ones I can think of in my brain right now. I'm sure I'm missing some.
She owns the Cave too.
Yes.
In Barberton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
both great coffee shops.
Yes. No, yeah, I love Heather over there.
Sometimes I'll go down to Cave, just read a book, chill, do my thing.
Do your thing.
I
love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your energy is starting to hit you.
Yeah. I haven't even opened up my bangs. Here we go. And we are back with Shelby Olive. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
So,
Davy is broken.
I got finally lost my marbles.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever had that moment where you just lose your marbles?
1,000%.
You just can't find them?
Mm-hmm. Search all over the house.
So what you been working on this year?
Music related? Yes.
I mean,
what songs?
Yeah.
So I played it tonight. That's my new upcoming single. I've recorded about 5 new singles that I have yet to release and written. I'm really proud of them. I think they turned out great, and so my plan is the one that I played tonight. My plan is to release that. Hopefully December is what we're looking at. And yeah, Yeah. I'm doing like a string of singles is the plan right now instead of doing a full record, just because I think that's just what's going to do better right now in the circumstances of the music industry, I guess, right now, and just with my music and so on. I think it's more fun to do a string of different singles. So that's the plan.
Yeah. I know a lot of artists are doing that right now, just singles.
Yeah, I don't want to spend so much time working on this album and hyping it up because, like, I don't know, with Overthinking, when I released it, it was like the release week was like right when COVID hit.
Yeah.
And it just was like not a good timing at all. And I just know that, like, I don't want that to happen. I don't want to, like, put all my eggs in this basket of, like, on album and then, like, timing just doesn't work, you know? So I think with the single, there's a little bit more flexibility and, just adaptability to whatever situation we're in.
So that's going to take you into 2021?
Yes. Yeah, that's the plan. And then hopefully, gotten a lot of my gigs from this year have been rescheduled, although with right now, I don't know if they'll get rescheduled again.
Yeah.
So I've been doing like a just steady like outdoor winery gigs for the most part right now. And I still meet with my band and like my drummer a lot. And so, yeah, I mean, my plan is just to keep writing. And it's nice because I can do a lot more promotion on like TikTok and Instagram and just like trying to build the online portion. I think I've done a great job of building like the local following and like local supporters, but online has always been something that's been on like the back burner for me. So now I can kind of pour more energy into that since I'm not doing live gigs right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been fun.
I see you're played on the Summit a lot too.
Yes, I love the Summit. They're so great. They do play my music quite a bit, and Brad's really supportive of all the stuff that I do. So I'm glad to be part of the Summit crew. And to be honest, it's the best.
Brad's the bomb.
Yeah. Brad Savage, if you're listening, we love you.
I didn't see him this week, but I had a virtual face Zoom whatever with him. And
Yeah.
I was like, I saw his face. I was like, oh my God. And this is the sound I made. Ah!
Love it. Yeah, no, I love the Summit. The fact that they play local music and support us so, like, religiously is just, I am forever grateful for it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So one last question here.
Mm-hmm.
What tips would you give to any musicians that are just starting out?
What tips would I give? Don't be afraid to just create. I think so often when I was younger and just starting out, I was so scared. Having like a parent as a musician always intimidated me, like a dad who wrote music, and he's always very open to giving constructive criticism, but it terrified me as a kid because I just wanted to like make him proud. And so I would like just not write out of fear that like people wouldn't like it. And I've learned since that like you just got to keep writing. You have to write so many bad songs because there's good ones somewhere in the mix, you know? And I think don't be afraid to just say, to be honest. I think I struggled too with like trying to say things in a poetic way and like fancier. And I didn't want to just be like, write a song where I say I love you, you know? Because it felt too simple. But I find that my simple stuff is my most honest stuff. The stuff that is just my thoughts and my feelings, not poetic, not construed to be something it's not. It's just me, you know? So I think writing from a place of honesty and writing just to write and writing what you feel and not being afraid that it's not going to sound the way you want it to. Because, I don't know. I tried so long to sound like other artists and just sound like yourself. Yeah. That's
be
the
yourself.
advice I got. Yeah, be yourself. And don't be afraid. That's my advice.
The wise words of Shelby Olive.
Yes.
Wow.
That's me.
So where can they find you at?
Everywhere that there is music. My produced stuff is on like iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon, anywhere that you can find music. My social medias is all Shelby Olive, so I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. I hate Twitter, but I'm on it. YouTube. I mean, everything's just Shelby Olive, so I'm easy to find. I've got a website if you want to sign up for my mailing list, shelbyolive.com. Not much
Dang.
is going on right now in the mailing list world.
I didn't know you had a mailing list.
I technically do. I don't email often, but it's there that you can sign up. Yeah.
Do you have like a frequently asked questions?
I don't. My most frequently asked question, I would say, is where'd the olive come from? I think that's what I get most of the time. And do you do musical theater? I get that a lot.
We already answered both of those.
Answered both of those. So you
like,
checked off the FAQ.
Like, you don't even need the question answer forum. What the heck? Well, hey, you can find me at Davey_Squires on Instagram and Davey Squires Music on Facebook. You can get all the podcast updates there. You can also sign up for my Patreon where you get bonus coverage of the episodes and the extra artist videos, and that's where they're gonna find your new song. So if you donate to the Patreon, man, you get that stuff.
Bum, bum, bum.
You get the extra stuff. You can also find me on the World Wide Web, dsquires.com. You'll hear from me next week. Yeah.
Perfect.
Word.
You did a good job.
Yeah. Word. Word.
A+.
Cut that. Cut that, Mike. Cut that.